me tell you this story about my mom. When I was growing up, I never really looked at my mom as a woman. She was always just mom. Then one day when I was in high school, I went into her bathroom because I was looking for something, and she had this little notebook. And I guess she was trying to lose weight, or she was tracking her numbers, like when she'd go to the gym. I mean, I don't really know because I honestly wasn't really paying attention. And I remember seeing that and thinking, well, why does she care how much that she weighs? And it was so eye-opening to realize that my mom cared what her body looked like. Like she wasn't just my mom. And it was so humanizing, maybe because weight has always been an issue with me personally. It was so humanizing because I never thought that my mom wanted to look good or really had any other thought beyond what was in our house. Now, I'm a mom. I'm your mom. And I'm 55, and I know what that feels like. I remember when you and the kids were young, I'd go to Target on Sundays. And that's when Dad would watch all of you kids. He would watch you, and I could go to the store without 4 little ones all over me. And we didn't even have a lot of money back then, so it's not like I was buying stuff. And I would get home, and your dad would ask, why were you at Target for 2 hours? And I told him, I don't know, because I could get a coffee and walk around, and I could browse and look at things and just take a minute. I didn't have to worry about who wandered off or who's crying or making sure I could see everyone so you didn't get kidnapped. And that was my calm place on Sundays. Just going to Target and looking at pretty things and just having a minute. One of the hardest things for me to do is to just take a minute. I feel like my whole life I've always been running. There's always a bill to pay or some event to go to or something for the business, and rarely do I just sit still. It is hard for me to sit still.
Hi, Mom.
Hi, Jax.
I didn't know that you were so tired.
Love can be exhausting.
So why don't you take a break?
Because love doesn't take a break.
Mom, I want you to rest.
Jax, I want you to run.
What are you running toward, Mom?
I'm running towards you. What are you running from, Jax?
I'm running from home.
Jax, do you love yourself?
Not always.
Why not?
Because I haven't earned it.
Okay, then tell me a time when love was earned.
That time in the summer when you drove me over an hour into downtown to go to writing camp so that I could write poetry about how I was afraid of being gay. Stories I was too afraid to tell you. I didn't tell you a single thing, and every day you took me to the place where I could keep on living.
For me, that time was when you sent me flowers on Mother's Day, and even though we hadn't talked in months, I was away and your dad sent me a photo of the flowers, and I was ugly crying in the airport.
The first time you came to see me dance, I knew that I could do it.
The time you got arrested.
The time I came out to you.
The time you left the country without telling me.
The time you got fired from your job.
The second time you left.
The time we were in the car and you told me you have a brother.
The time your hair was red like mine.
The time your body was also mine. Sometimes I'm afraid I don't love you right. But you have to know I'm trying. Love is not an easy assignment. You have to give up everything. What you think you know. What you think yourself to be. This life is long and terrifying. Love is the distance that you are willing to go. When I was living in Berlin, I was training in a dance program during the day, and rehearsals were 12 hours long, but I was in Berlin, and so afterward I would go to the clubs. One time I danced for 30 hours straight, and every time I would do the same thing. I would come home, and I would wake up as early as I could the next morning, and I would run I would run through the graveyards in Kreuzberg, and I had to go early because I'd start laughing or crying, and I didn't want anyone to see me that way. I don't know what this is, Ma. This need to move, but I need it. I'm afraid of what happens when my body stops. I want to go deeper into my own life. I want to see the wildness of what I am, and honestly, I'm afraid. My deepest fear is putting everything I have into my life and getting nothing out of it. I'm afraid I won't be the artist I want to be, the brother who builds bonds, the son that you deserve, and so I have to go. I have to run to the edge of what I am. I have to climb the mountain. I have to run the road. I have to wake the animal which sleeps inside my bones, the animal which you have given me. I learned love by watching you. Your iron hand, your iron heart. You taught me how to work for what is worthy, and I know that you're afraid. You think you forgot something. You think you didn't work enough, but you've given me everything I need to run deeper, to reach you where you are. You have walked the distance. You have run the race. You have not slept in many miles. Who cleans the clothes? Who saves the kids? Who runs the race all uphill? I don't know how you do it. I don't know if I can do it too, but mercy, I want to. I don't know where we're going, Ma. But mercy, we're going to make it further.